G'day guys, how you going? I've been doing this counter for a bit now, using Treya, Scion, Nihilus, Thrawn, and Watt Tembor to get through a gas. I did send out a video, I think a few weeks ago, just briefly going over it, just as an idea. And today I want to go more in depth into it and compare it to my other video that I did put out. If you have watched that other video, I'll leave a card in the top hand corner there. I had pretty good mods on them. Like I had the Sith trio around 300 speed, and there was a turn order you had to follow there, and it's the same concept here, but I've tried it with slower mods to see if it works just the same, because obviously we all can't afford to put 300 speed on each of the Sith trio. So I did it here with let me just pull it up in the game if I have it. I don't have it open at the moment. So I did it around, I think I had Scion at 270, and then I had Nihilus at like 265, and then Treya I think it was at 260 or something like that. Thrawn still needs to be very fast, just like the other video. Still have him at 335 or something like that. You definitely want him fast. There is a reason for it, and we're going to watch this clip of a really clean, pretty clean gas battle here. The battle I did send out wasn't very clean. I let a few things slip, but in this battle, I'll tell you what, we did some pretty fantastic things. So I'm going to roll through it right now, and I'll kind of slowly walk through it and tell you what's happening, what we need to do. Alright, we're going to roll it. So you just want to control gas until you get to annihilate him. So first things first, past that 15% turn meter tech over to Thrawn, blast tech. You want him over there because he's going to be taking a lot of turns. You want him to be able to step in, fracture, and pass turns when needed. And we'll see that in a second. So the Rexal's versing wasn't the fastest in the world. It was like 297, but he still outran us. So this is, I guess, relative to you guys, because the Rexes I would usually verse is just 315, something like that. This is just in squad arena, random gas I found, the best I could anyway. That was in my arena shard. So usually it's like somewhere around 310 and up, but this just proves to you, even if it's a fast one, they're going to outrun you anyway. So don't be afraid that you're going to lose if Rex does his form up straight after Watt has his bonus turn. It's okay. I still won this battle pretty cleanly, even though Rex outran us. So Rex and a few of the 500 first go, but the idea here is Thrawn is going to step in before gas goes. Now this is important because you don't want gas to increase any of our cooldowns. This is why you need your Thrawn to be relatively fast, like 300 and something. I'm going to try this battle again later without Watt, see if I can get away with it, but I really think that 15% turn meter after each enemy's turn is going to help Thrawn get in front of gas, because gas also gets that 40% turn meter boost from Rex. So I still firmly believe Watt is necessary for this battle, which is a little bit unfortunate because Watt is quite useful in other teams. It's just something for maybe lower GP people to think about if they don't have a Sith Eternal, or maybe in the later game where Admiral Trench is coming out. So just something to think about here. Yeah, I think you're gonna need Watt for this, because you want Thrawn to step in before gas goes, and we're gonna fracture him straight away. And this is because we want to control him. We don't actually want him to take any goes until we annihilate him. So gas is actually, I don't think, going to take any goes in this battle. So Thrawn is going to fracture, and then Scion eventually will follow up with a mass buff dispel, and that is because, so you want Scion obviously modded faster than Nihilus or Treya, not faster than Thrawn though. He probably will never will be, as he's a tank. I'd be surprised if anyone got him faster than what Thrawn is. So you want Scion to come in next, because Rex is inevitably going to put up his form up, which is tenacity up. Now we want Scion to go next to dispel that tenacity up, so Nihilus has a good chance of getting max cooldown increase and decreases. So you don't really care too much about the pain. The pain is nice when they hit Scion, so he gets to his held by hatred quicker. Remember, there's no revive, so it's more just an offense and a heal for him. So Scion goes, and then Nihilus gets an awesome cooldowns increase across the board. So that's the way we want it. We don't want Nihilus to go first before Scion does, because they'll have tenacity up and they'll most likely resist the cooldowns. And we really want Nihilus to get to Annihilate as quick as possible. We don't want to stall it out. Also, I think you've got to be careful of only just kind of thought of this. Nihilus does get turn meter, I think, off debuffs if any land on Scion or Treya. So just be aware of that if you do get debuffed, the 501st isn't a very debuff inflict heavy team. Only Gas really puts out the debuff, so I think you should be okay there. I think also Fives does speed down on his basic. You just got to be careful if they do land a few debuffs on Scion or Treya. Nihilus might get enough turn meter to outrun Scion. Just be wary of that you might want to put Scion a little bit faster than Nihilus just in case for that scenario. Alright, so anyway, cooldowns increase, and Treya will go now, and she should be able to isolate Gas. Just when he comes out of Fracture, he won't be able to counterattack into us, increasing his cooldowns. All great stuff. Alright, so Thrawn is going to go again here, and this is an important play here. You want to pass the turn over to Treya. You don't want to pass to Nihilus, and there's a reason for that. And this is why here. We're going to ability block Gas using Treya. So this is important for when Gas comes out of Fracture like he is already. We didn't get counterattacked because we put Isolate on him earlier. And because that ability block is there, if you remember, Thrawn on his basic stuns characters with ability block on them. So it's all about control, guys. So eventually, what is kind of dead weight here, you can put the tank tech on Scion. It's just kind of nice. Alright, so see there, Thrawn eventually went. Did he have his Fracture already here? No, so Thrawn's going to go, and he's going to just basic Gas, stun him because he has ability block. It's all about control, guys, keeping Gas from going. Just a basic on Nihlus there. Alright, here, you don't want to Fracture Gas again. Don't do it. It ruins you. Going into the final stage against those clones, you really need to save that Fracture. If you let that Fracture go on Gas for the second time, you're done. You can see that in the video I did post a few weeks ago. I fractured Gas for the second time and I lost half my team because Rex forms up and then Rexulates Nihilus, Treya, Scion, whatever the case, and then you just fall apart. So here you just want to stun again on your basic because he's got that two-turn ability block on him. We really want to save that Fracture. Okay, so now Scion's about to die. Just do Hell by Hatred. You don't get any revives, but it's a free heal, 100% turn meter. I think you get a plus 100% offense as well. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. 501st are just blitzing down everyone. Alright, another important play here. We want to pass the turn straight to Nihlus because he's ready now for an Annihilate. If you didn't see a few turns ago, he only had one cooldown on his Annihilate ability left. So now he's ready for it. Thrawn is going to now pass the turn over to Nihlus. Don't Fracture again. Just pass the turn over to Nihlus. And Nihlus will annihilate Gas. Great. That's half the battle done. Now we need to work on the clones here. Just a little misplay from me. You don't want to hit Rex here. With Treya, probably just hit 5s. You don't want Rex to die to a sacrifice. So don't use your Treya to hit Rex there, because you don't want him to die. Because what happens is we're gonna now, because we saved that Fracture, we're gonna now Fracture Rex with it so he doesn't get his form up. I'll show you here. And the reason why we didn't want to hit another reason, sorry, you don't want to hit Rex with Treya is because Thrawn's Fracture does do a decent amount of damage, and you don't want to kill Rex with the Fracture. You want him just to be fractured, take enough damage but not enough to die, because you don't want that sacrifice. So yeah, just use Treya to hit someone else, preferably 5s because you want him out first. And then you want to Fracture Rex so he doesn't get the form up. Alright, keep chipping away here. Again, Wat Tambor just spreads his tech. It's not really necessary. It's just a bit of a lifesaver. Alright, so now we're going all in on 5s. Literally, I have no chance now. Wat dies because he's only gear 11 for me. You might have him at... Don't want a cooldown increase just in case we kill Rex there. And it's literally just a cakewalk from here on in. As long as you control gas at the start, you annihilate him. And then once you get him down, you fracture Rex because you've saved that second fracture. Don't hit Rex only with Thrawn. Then take out 5s. And literally, guys, that's how it's done. Like, easy as that. I'm going to end it there, guys. Hopefully you learn a little bit from this clip. And I'll see you on the holo tables, okay?